Hey guys, Mrs. Chenoweth here, and this is going to be a demo for our Ordinary to Extraordinary art assignment that we're going to spend a couple days on. And the first thing you're going to need for this is you're going to need your Padlet open, and so far there isn't any images that you guys have put on there except for the two that I saved, which is the pillow and also the hurricane. For this you're also going to need pencil and paper and eraser and a sharpener, and then the other thing I'm going to recommend that you have is either like some post-it notes or something like a playing card. So here's a traditional playing card, and we're going to use those to make small squares for us to draw on. All right, so let's kind of go ahead and get started. Give me a second to get my camera set up. Alrighty, so I printed out, you can use images directly from your computer, but so that you can see them, I printed out my two images that I'm going to be creating with. Alright, so I have my pillow and my hurricane image. If you have a regular size playing card, this is a small 5x7 piece of paper. You can work in a sketchbook or on just plain white sheet of paper. But this makes a really nice size to sketch in for a thumbnail sketch. So what you want to do is you want to stimulate a bunch of different ideas, and you want to work small and quick. All right, so really what my task is, and what I could do, I bet I could even fit 3 on here. So I think that's what I'll do. All right. And maybe I'll also trace around a post-it note just in case I want a square orientation. So I could even do a small sketch this size, but you can kind of see it's nice to be able to have something you just trace around rather than trying to get it right. A lot of times I do often, just will do a little small sketch box like this. So whatever you want to work with is fine. But what I'd like to see for today is that you try to get 3 different sketches focusing on this idea of transforming an ordinary object and combining it with another in order to come up with something really cool and really interesting. All right, so one of the ideas I have, and you can also see this on my other tutorial for the digital image, is maybe I just want to take this pillow and draw it like this, and then combine elements of this hurricane into the pillow. All right, and I think I'm going to exaggerate kind of like how this palm tree is bent, and really kind of make it look more like it's blowing in the wind a little bit more. Maybe I even want to have a couple different ones. I don't know, maybe I'll do another one here and it's just like taking off, blowing. So it's kind of an interesting idea because hurricanes are really powerful and strong and pillows are restful. So I kind of like that idea. Maybe instead of having this one umbrella that's over here kind of like that, maybe I'm going to have it, spun open like this. And then maybe I'm just going to exaggerate sort of like the waves and so on. All right, so that's just a really quick, simple idea. I might want to think about where could this pillow be. Maybe I'll do sort of like some waves like this or something in the background. Just trying to come up with some kind of idea. So this pillow is now, taking me off somewhere into La La Land. All right. Another thought I had is, what if I take this pillow and in some way it busts open? All right, and I was also thinking that maybe inside of some pillows there's actually feathers. All right, so I'm going to make this pillow look like it's sort of busted open in some way, just using my imagination. Maybe if I don't know how to draw this, if I can't think of it on my own, maybe I could even come up with a picture of busted open pillow. So let's just say this is kind of like torn open. I don't know if that looks very realistic, but maybe I need to find an image on the computer. And then maybe it's going to have feathers, and I went and found some pictures of some feathers so I could figure out how to draw them somewhat realistically. And maybe I just want to do like a bunch of feathers that are sort of busting out. And maybe they're just kind of going around in a hurricane. If you've ever seen a hurricane, they actually do kind of swirl around, and you'll see them kind of like this on radar, and then there's the eye of the hurricane in the middle. So maybe I want to think about this and make my feathers. I know they just look like little scraps of something. Or this is also making me think of, well, what if I come up with, find some real feathers and make the feathers sort of spin around in a hurricane idea, and maybe I can make this sort of like a sculptural piece. But I'm sure you guys could come up with lots of different ideas on your own as well. And I don't know, this could be kind of a cool idea. It's a little bizarre, but I like the bizarre. All right, so that could be, just another idea of this kind of like swirling motion with these feathers that sort of look like a hurricane. And I'm not trying to think too hard as I draw these feathers, just a general shape. Maybe it's kind of dark in here. Maybe I'll shade that and make some of these feathers maybe stand out a little bit more. I don't know, I'm just thinking here, crazy stuff. And a lot of times when you're brainstorming like this, wild and crazy is a good place to go, because then you know that you're doing something that's really different and could be potentially really unusual. All right, so there's my crazy hurricane. So I'm taking the idea of a hurricane without literally, showing palm trees and waves and all that kind of craziness. All right, so it's an idea. It's not very refined, but it's just kind of like a rough idea. So I have one, I've got two, and now I need to think of a third idea. All right, so I'm thinking, I did a digital one like this as well. What if I'm just going to turn it this way, so it'll go this orientation. What if I'm going to draw my, maybe there's like an island. Maybe I even want to look up another picture of hurricanes and see what kind of pictures I get. So maybe I've got my hurricane blown palm trees going this way, and then maybe my pillows are just like these weirdo things that are sort of floating in the sky. Maybe the hurricane hit like a pillow factory, and whoops, these are by waves and ocean and waves, and maybe I just have these pillows sort of just like going all different directions. And what I'm trying to do is make the pillows different sizes, because if I make them different sizes, it'll appear like these are far away, this one's close up.